What's going on YouTube? Hey, it's Ben Nader. Thank you guys so much for checking out my channel. This is the place where we talk about starting businesses, entrepreneurship, and startups and recruiting, staffing, everything in between pretty much. If you like that kind of talk, definitely smash, just destroy the living daylights out of the subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber. If you are, just like this video because it helps the YouTube algorithm rank my videos up, and that's just really, really cool. And so I'd like to ask you to do that just as a favor. And in return, I promise to give you really, really consistent, accurate and authentic information about my business and what I'm doing and what works for me. And hopefully it can become valuable for you. So let's get right into it. Today, I wanted to talk about what are the top methods for obtaining clients in 2019 that I have found so far that are working. Number one, the first thing that I have been doing a little bit of lately that's been working out quite well is figuring out an industry that I want to actually work for, that I want to, find clients in and develop relationships in. So I go to Yelp and I'll type in maybe plumbing or HVAC or, distribution or logistics or something like that into Yelp. And then I'll find a ton of business names, right? Like 1,000 business names that are in a 100-mile radius of the Seattle city proper. From there, I'll take all of those businesses and then I will go to Indeed.com and cross-check them to see if they're hiring for positions. And this is a little bit of detective work, right? So you're going to be going in there and you're going to be finding companies, and then you're going to find out basically if they're hiring for people. Now, once you find out if they're hiring for people, then you have an in. And once you have that in, then you'll go back to that company, you'll dissect their website, you'll check out their decision makers, you'll look at everything, you'll try to find an email point of contact. Maybe that's on LinkedIn. Usually that's the best way of going about it. Finding their VP, finding their CEO, their owner, their whatever it is, and sending a cold email. If you're really bold and you're all about cold calling, make a cold call to them and go that route. But the Yelp to cross-check Indeed is a really, really good strategy. It's a simple, basic way of finding candidate or clients. It's very, very similar to finding the clients on Facebook, which is actually my next pinpoint that I was going to tell you for finding clients in 2019 that's been successful. So Facebook for finding clients is still alive and well. I know I did a video on this. It's a very good method for beginners, for beginning entrepreneurs getting into recruiting. Simply surfing Facebook, typing in things like we're hiring, or simply going into Facebook groups specifically, like job groups, for your city specifically. Like if I type in, job groups in Seattle, there'll probably be about 25 different groups. I'll go to ones that have, 10,000 members or 5,000 members, and I will look at all the people posting for, we're hiring this, we're hiring that, we're hiring that, and I'll go through the back door and then I'll go find that website or that person. I'll connect with them on LinkedIn as if I never saw that on Facebook coldly, or I might cold call them, or I'll just cold email them and connect and say, here are my services. This is my rate. This is what we can do. Works out fantastic. I've had tons of leads by doing this because I actually have my own Facebook group for Seattle. Some of you know that, some of you don't. It's about 4,000 large right now, and I see people posting tons of leads, clients posting tons of leads for job orders that I could be filling myself. So as soon as I see them, I go around the back door, find out the company, cold email them, hit them up on LinkedIn, or do whatever I need to do to connect with them. So Facebook is your secondary, really good method for finding clients in 2019. The third method is the tried and true basic going on Indeed, ZipRecruiter, Career Builder, Monster, and literally just looking at the companies that are hiring, okay? So when I worked in advertising sales, cold call advertising sales, one principle that we always remembered is that if a company is posting ads and they're spending money already to try to find candidates for their business, that means they're primed and they're already ready to go spend more money finding candidates, right? They're already in the yes mode of spending money to find candidates. So you're already in a really good position to approach them about, hey, we can handle your whole entire search and here's the fee, and you can just go back to doing your business and don't worry about it, and we'll handle everything and we'll find them for you. So finding a client on Indeed, Career Builder, or ZipRecruiter or something like that that's already posting ads and spending money on ads, especially if you see that, you know that they're prime. Don't worry about the fact that they've already got ads up, right? Like, that's not a big deal. Most of the time, to be honest with you, what I have found is that companies will post these Indeed ads, they'll post ads on Career Builder or wherever, and they'll spend the money for that, but they don't do the work. They're not responsive. They don't take the calls, the emails, the texts. They don't set up interviews properly. They don't vet the candidates properly. Like, again, this goes back to my two-factor thing. Why do people use recruiting agencies? One, because they literally do not know how to recruit, or two, because they absolutely are too lazy or busy to do it. So that's usually the factor when people are posting this stuff on Indeed or on Craigslist, or if they're posting it on Career Builder or whatever. So you can approach those. You can approach those sites as prime clients to go after. So definitely check that out. Definitely keep that in mind as the third way that you can go in and grab potential clients. So my fourth way that I would mention is simply basically using targeted search on LinkedIn or Facebook. So what do I mean by targeted search? So there's a section on LinkedIn. It's actually called content. So you can search by people, you can search by company, you can search by job, and then there's a tab for content. Now, content just basically means what people post, right? So it's going to bring up all these postings of people in your metropolitan area, wherever you live. For me, it's Seattle. For you, it might be Memphis, Tennessee, whatever it is. You're going to basically look up content searches, and in your own search bar, you're going to type in the phrase, we're hiring, or I'm hiring, or currently hiring, or anything that you can think of that would be applicable to the types of people you want to get, the types of posts you want to see. And what it'll do is it'll basically crawl the entire content postings for your area, and it'll show you a ton of postings where people are saying, wow, like, just opened up our brand new sales department, hiring salespeople nonstop right now. Connect with me ASAP. Your approach to this is to comment back and say something like, would love to talk with you about this, sending you an email right now. This is a tool that I have to give credit to one of my personal, like, really good friend recruiters who has done this a ton and had massive success with it, like crazy success, like meaning commenting like 3-4 comments and literally getting like 3-4 responses back, like in their inbox, like people that want to talk about doing business like that night. So this is awesome. This is super massive, and it's all again about being kind of a detective, right? Like you're going in stealth mode, but you have a true agenda, but your agenda isn't just like throwing it all out there right then and there. Like, you see a post where someone says, yeah, I just opened up our new division and we're looking for X, Y, and Z. I'm hiring. Connect with me. You comment and say, would love to talk with you. You know, we've worked with these roles before. Emailing you right now. And then email the person or connection request them and write a simple note, because I know emails are limited, right? So connect with them and write a note with the connection request, and they will connect back with you. Like, this is really serious. On LinkedIn, a lot of business gets done. So do not underestimate content searches on LinkedIn, because targeting people, specifically when they're in need, when they're literally saying on LinkedIn or Facebook, like, hey, I'm straight up hiring for people. Like, how much more blatant do they need to be? Same thing with Facebook. So you can type in on Facebook and say, we're hiring, and you can say posts, search under posts and say we're hiring, and look for a ton of people that may be hiring. And if that individual is hiring, connect with them, talk to them, say, hey, I run an agency, here's here's my name. This is our fee. Send them a cold email template. Just put it in a message, and just shoot it off to them. Say, connect with me here, and or send me an email at this email, at your professional email that you have set up. So it gets a little bit higher tier once you take it out of Facebook. But obviously, the LinkedIn is going to be a little bit more high caliber than the Facebook approach. Facebook is a social network. LinkedIn is a professional social network. So a lot more business gets done there than on Facebook. But those are the first 4. I guess the 5th one that I would give you that's working really, really well, has worked for a ton of people that I know, for me personally as well, is referrals and networking. This is literally age-old, will never go away. This is something that will always get you success if you do it properly, right time, right place. So getting referrals from past clients, if you do have past clients so far, or simply networking through people. So if you have a company that you think you want to target, right? It's not a bad idea to connect with an employee of that company, like someone who's in, sales at XYZ company, right? Connect with them. Ask them how they like their job. Are they looking around for opportunities? Just converse with them. Just open up a conversation. This would be on LinkedIn, let's say. And once they start chatting with you, right, they're not going to know exactly what your agenda is. You're just a guy on LinkedIn or a girl on LinkedIn messaging someone, chatting them up about, their position and whatnot. From there, once you grow some rapport with that person, you might ask them, is your sales team growing? Or, are you guys hiring right now? You can get really blunt later on once you've developed some rapport. And then you can say, are you hiring? They can probably respond back with, yeah, I think we are. And then you can say, who would I talk to about that? And they'd be like, oh, well, that's going to be, Bill, over in, whatever. He's the VP. Oh, cool. Would you be able to give me his email perhaps? Even if they don't give you his email, you've already got his name. You can LinkedIn him yourself and connect with him and literally reference your conversation with someone at his company and say, I was chatting with so-and-so. They said you're developing the sales department. We hire salespeople. That's what we do. And we'd love to chat with you about, opportunities on synergies for working together. So these are ways that are working right now in 2019 for client acquisition. And I know that that's the biggest thing that a lot of people are struggling with right now. Getting clients, because at the end of the day, the first thing you need to do in starting a recruiting agency is get clients, right? You don't need to get candidates. You don't need to worry about your business structure. You don't need to worry about your website. You don't need to worry about anything. You just need to get clients. Clients are going to pay you money. You can find the candidates after you get the clients. I've always said that it is so much easier to find your candidates after you get a client, because once you have a client, you have a job description, you get an agreement set in place, you have terms, you're motivated, you know exactly what kind of money you're going to make, and then you go ham on finding all the candidates for them, and you do some success, and they get repeat business for you, and yada, yada, yada. The referrals come, and it just goes from there. So these are 5 ways that I think are working really, really well for 2019 so far. For me, for others, and I would hope that they would work for you. So I would say definitely apply them. I will put them all in the description for this video so you can know, exactly what you should target first. And I did put them in order, as far as your experience. If you're really, really, really new to the recruiting business and just setting your foot into the pool, you might want to do the Yelp and Indeed stuff, and then you might want to graduate up to Facebook messaging and then check out Indeed and ZipRecruiter and then cold email directly companies and things like that, and then go into the LinkedIn content searches and connect with people that way. So I will put them in order. I'll put them all in the description for the video. I hope you guys are having an awesome weekend. That's all I've got here for Saturday. I'll come back and catch you on Sunday. Hope you're doing some good work. I know that I am. I've been super busy, and things are shaping up to be a good May for me. So I will catch you guys on Sunday, and hope you're having a great weekend. Take care. See ya.